Well, we didn't do the first one. I really wasn't sure what it was, to get an explanation of what is this. And then Mary Matlock asked us to join the second one, and we kind of went on blind faith and just said, okay, we're going to do it. And it was amazing how every week I seem to grow a little bit more and release a little bit more of myself into the group and into the small group, and how my faith in Jesus increased.
Yeah, I could never feel comfortable uh, being a disciple. I'm pretty quiet, but after 2 or 3 weeks, I look forward to the next week to come. And I enjoyed all 10 weeks. I feel now that I can go out and be a disciple for God and be okay with doing that, not feel held back. For those of you who are still wondering if you should do this, I found such peace and happiness that I would like to share that with everyone.
I talked to some people about it because I too wanted to know a little bit more about what was involved. And they told me it really wasn't necessary if you come to church every week and you listen to Pastor John and you listen to the message and open your Bible. It just really wasn't that much different. But I found that to be totally the opposite. I found it to be, because I did do all the reading, the additional Bible readings that Pastor Tim suggested, and I found it to be something I could really reflect on what was going on in my life. I found Rooted to be, with the additional Bible verses that I read and just doing the study, really doing it, really, writing out, to be something that I could look into what was going on in my life and get help with that, to get past that. And getting past that, I think I could go out and talk to people more about Jesus.
I enjoyed the Rooted experience. I went into it not really knowing what to expect, but when I came out, I really felt like I bonded with the other people in the group, and I actually came out with a deeper understanding and a little bit more security about where I'm going at the end. How about that?
Our root experience was impactful. I think going into it, we didn't really know what to expect or what we were going to get out of it, but I think it surprised both of us, wouldn't you say?
Yep, absolutely.
I think just as a young married couple, adding God into your life more and more, we realize as we're getting older, like how important that really, really is. And I think it really brought us home with this rooted experience.
Yeah, and I thought the Rooted experience was extremely transformational. I could say at the very beginning of it, with getting used to a group that maybe we haven't been around before, really helped us open up in the faith and try to express out what it is we were learning and what we were encompassing each and every day. That really led us to find something inside ourselves, some spiritual gifts that we may not have ever come across without having this experience. So, I would say, the idea is to keep open thoughts into it. There's a lot to where, we can always have a guard up because of, what people may think, but the idea is, it's a way for us to kind of grow with one another. So that way we can, not only build ourselves in this community that we live in, but also at the same point in time, it helps us be able to support one another and create a community of our own. So. Yeah, if you're wondering whether or not to really do this Rooted experience, there's a lot of, doubts that I had even going into it, saying, hey, there's a bunch of, possible people that I've not ever been in conversation or context with about sharing, my experience, my story, too.
Scary.
And I think that realistically, it helped us, get out of that comfort zone, so that way we can continue to, build the community that we live in, here at Faith.
The Rooted experience reminded me to take time out of my day to spend with God and just with God, and studying His Word, learning His Word, applying His Word, praying. Those are things I had fallen out of just in a busy schedule, and to have homework that needed to be done kind of helped me get back into a healthy devotion life. There's nothing but positives to gain out of it. You draw closer to God's people, you draw closer to God, and there's nothing wrong with that.
For me, the Rooted experience.
Let's start. You kind of look at me.
Look
don't look at the camera.
Oh, okay.
Go.
Okay. The Rooted experience was a catalyst for me to become more deeply connected in my prayer life, and become conscious of maintaining contact with Christ in my daily thoughts and in my life.
Excellent. Tell us about the sign.
The sign. I ran out of church quickly when I heard that participation in Rooted was strongly encouraged. That I spontaneously offered a room in my home for the Rooted group. I enjoyed the readings and made close friendships I wasn't expecting.
My Rooted experience was awesome. I would highly recommend it to other people. I came in with the expectations to change my relationship with my husband, thinking that it was all his issues and not mine. And then as I got working through the experience, and the great group of people that I was paired with was phenomenal. They just kept encouraging me more and more to share, and I felt so comfortable. And instead of being frustrated and angry with how my life was going, I became hopeful because I couldn't fix my husband. I had to fix myself first. And for a long time, I was one of the last to share. And that was because I felt, what are these people going to think of me and my story? Does everybody have bad baggage? Does everybody have the same experiences as I do? And I had been praying before it even started, listening to Sunday at church, being encouraged to join. And I prayed about it a lot, and it was on my mind a lot. So I was able, by the time I came to be the last one, my husband and I, we were able to share things that I have not ever been to share with my family and friends. But the people, it's just, I can't explain the experience. I was able to find my spiritual gifts, which I have struggled with since I have joined the church. I just didn't know. And the more we got into it, the more people said, this is your gift. You don't realize it, but this is your gift. And they really prayed for me. They just really encouraged me.
That's great.
So
What was the result?
my result was my husband and I have became closer. We're able to talk about God to one another, which I had never felt before. And just an all overwhelming of peace and comfort. I went into the Rooted experience thinking that my husband needed to be changed. Instead, I realized that I needed to be changed. I got a lot of issues. I feel peace. I think what I got out of this is the peace that I've given. And just reading and journaling on my own and going back and reading like week 1, what did I write, you know, and back and forth. And I still do that. But it just gave me peace and peace and comfort. And I know our relationship is going to be okay. I see it. We're both growing. It's just an awesome experience.